Welcome to The Explainer. So glad you're here. You know that feeling of running on a treadmill in your own business, working like crazy but kind of just staying in the exact same spot? Well, if that's you, you are absolutely in the right place today. We're going to unpack this incredibly powerful journey, literally going from a burnt-out manual coach doing everything by hand to a highly scalable AI SaaS founder. It's a total game changer in how business is done. And the blueprint we're looking at today is, man, it's just so relatable and completely actionable. Okay, let's dive right into this core conflict. On one side, we have that classic trap, right? Trading time for money. It's grueling, it's exhausting, and look, it has a hard ceiling because, well, there are only 24 hours in a day. On the flip side, we have the ultimate goal, building a scalable system. This is where things actually run efficiently, almost effortlessly, and the best part? Without you having to manually crank every single gear. The author of our source material realized pretty quickly that to actually grow, they had to cross this massive chasm.
Section 1. The Manual Coaching Trap.
To really get why the solution is so amazing, we kind of have to sit with the pain of the problem for a second. If you've been a coach or a consultant, you know this struggle. You want to be this high-level advisor, and you somehow just end up being an unpaid personal assistant. The author realized they had to break free and build a software as a service, a SaaS app. But hey, it wasn't some overnight miracle. It was actually pretty messy. It took weeks. Step 1 was learning. Step 2 was testing. Step 3, which is crucial by the way, was making a ton of mistakes. It's never a straight line. But eventually they hit Step 4, finding a workflow that actually functions. They put in the serious hard yards to figure out the tech. But why go through all that hassle in the first place?
Well, it all comes down to the client roadblock. The author was trying to help people build businesses, but the clients kept hitting this absolute brick wall. Why? Because building a business takes time and skills. The clients would look at this mountain of work to launch, and they just freeze. They lacked these two specific, critical things. They didn't have extra hours in the day, and they definitely didn't have the technical chops.
And this brings us to a quote that brilliantly illustrates the ultimate trap. I ended up doing most of the work myself. Since the clients didn't have the time or the skills, the coach, just trying to be helpful and get them results, stepped in. And before they even realized it, the creator became the ultimate bottleneck. They were forced to take on the burden of setting up literally everything for every single client. It's a noble effort, for sure, but it's a one-way ticket to burnout city. You simply cannot scale if you're the one doing all the heavy lifting.
Section 2. Automating with AI SaaS. All right, here's where the whole story shifts gears. This is the big aha moment. Once you realize human labor doesn't scale, you've got to look to technology for leverage. By tapping into artificial intelligence, you can take all those repetitive, heavy tasks and just hand them over to a machine. The old way was this done-for-you manual labor model, totally exhausting. But the new way? It is highly efficient. We're talking about packaging AI automation directly within a Skool coaching program. So, instead of doing the work for the client, the author automated those tedious tasks with AI, turned them into a dedicated SaaS application, and bundled it with a subscription-based community on Skool. They essentially coded their own brain into software.
This completely rewrites the script for the user. Look at this. Step 1, people simply join the community. 2, they use the app. And 3, they get results independently. Do you notice what's missing here? The coach. The clients can now get all the way to the finish line entirely on their own using the AI tools without the creator having to lift a finger for the setup. The bottleneck is completely gone.
Section 3. The Recurring Revenue Model.
Let's move to and see how this builds, because now that the delivery is automated, the economics of the entire business transform. When you stop trading hours for dollars, you can shift to a subscription model. The source gives us this brilliant, really accessible starting price point for the new setup, $200 a year. By keeping that barrier to entry low, it becomes an absolute no-brainer for a client. I mean, they are saving countless hours of manual work thanks to the AI app, right? And because that price is so accessible, grabbing users becomes way easier. The foundational target is simply acquiring 100 clients. To put that into perspective, in the grand scheme of the internet, finding 100 people who need a specific headache solved is a very manageable baseline. But when you hit that number with the subscription model, the math does something magical. Boom! $20,000 in recurring revenue. You charge $200 a year, get 100 clients, and you've just built a $20,000 foundation. That is vital financial stability right there. It's predictable income that frees you from that constant, exhausting panic of hunting for new clients every single month just to keep the lights on.
Section 4. Scaling through paid ads.
Now that the foundation is poured, it's time to build the skyscraper. That 20 grand isn't just profit to sit on. It is the ultimate catalyst for massive growth. It's a new budget that you can aggressively deploy. Now, what's really interesting about this next part is a real-world benchmark the author shares, a Tunisian friend who makes over $40,000 a month using Facebook ads and affiliate marketing. This isn't just theory. It shows the staggering heights you can hit when you combine a scalable digital product with paid ads.
But actually, there is a catch here, and the source is super clear about it. The secret to scaling is having a good advertising budget, not just the skills. The author notes, I already have the skills. But, skills alone do not buy ad space. To scale up to those massive heights of $40K a month and beyond, you absolutely must have dedicated financial resources to feed the advertising machine.
So, pulling all of this together, we get this exact scaling strategy, the growth blueprint. Step 1, offer the SaaS and coaching together on Skool. Step 2, generate that predictable recurring income. Step 3, take that budget and relentlessly reinvest it into ads or affiliate marketing. And step 4, grow even faster. It's a beautiful, self-sustaining flywheel where community revenue fuels the ads, which brings in more members, which creates more revenue.
Section 5. Identifying your market gap.
Now let's bring this directly back to you. You can have the slickest AI app and a huge ad budget, but if you launch into a totally saturated space, you're going to have a rough time. The absolute necessity here is finding an underserved niche. For our author, the massive opportunity was finding a big gap in the Arabic market. They recognized their specific context. Success isn't about building another generic app that copies what 100 other people are doing. It's about targeting that right untapped space where demand is high but solutions are scarce. You literally have to find your gap.
So the crucial point is, what's the true objective? The goal isn't just coding software for the fun of it. The overarching goal is staying one step ahead by leveraging AI to solve real problems, save people time, and create offers they happily pay for. It is all about genuine, irresistible value creation. Think about it. If your SaaS solves a massive headache and saves them hours, handing over a $200 subscription fee is going to be the easiest decision they make all day.
Which brings us to the end of our explainer today, and I want to leave you with this really provocative question. What real problems will your AI SaaS solve? And are you ready to stop doing all the work yourself? The technology is literally right here, the blueprint is proven, and the choice is yours. Are you going to stay stuck in that manual coaching trap, or are you ready to build a truly scalable system? Think about your market gap, think about where you can save people time, and just start building. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today, and keep learning.